Gecko. Geckos are arguably the most successful lizards on the planet. With roughly 1,500 species, they're found on every warm continent and even in cities. What makes them special? First, most geckos have no eyelids. Instead, they lick their eyes clean with their tongue. Second, their feet. Millions of microscopic hair-like structures called setae allow them to walk upside down on glass using van der Waals forces. No glue, no suction, just physics. Most geckos are nocturnal, and unlike almost every other lizard, they actually vocalize, clicking, chirping, and barking to communicate. The tokay gecko is famous for being stunning and absolutely vicious. The leopard gecko? One of the most popular pets in the world. Small, adaptable, and frankly adorable, geckos have conquered the planet quietly. Chameleon. Chameleons are the show-offs of the lizard world, and they've earned it. Found mainly in Africa and Madagascar, with some species in southern Europe and Asia, chameleons are masters of the unusual. Their color-changing ability is real, but it's not primarily for camouflage, it's communication. Mood, temperature, dominance, and mating signals all show up in their skin. Their eyes are another marvel. Each eye moves independently, giving them a full 360-degree view of their surroundings. And when they spot a target, their tongue, longer than their entire body, shoots out in milliseconds. Chameleons also have zygodactyl feet, meaning their toes are fused into gripping pairs, perfect for life in the trees. There are over 200 species, ranging from the tiny Brookesia micra, barely the size of your thumbnail, to the massive Parsons chameleon of Madagascar. Iguana. When most people picture a lizard, they picture an iguana. The green iguana is one of the most recognizable reptiles on Earth, native to Central and South America, but now an invasive species in Florida and Texas, where it's been thriving too well. Iguanas are large, herbivorous, and surprisingly intelligent. They can recognize their owners, learn routines, and even show affection. They're also excellent swimmers and will leap from trees into water to escape predators. The marine iguana of the Galapagos Islands is one of a kind, the only truly sea-going lizard alive, diving into cold Pacific waters to feed on algae. The Galapagos land iguana, meanwhile, is sadly vulnerable due to invasive predators. Iguanas can grow up to 6 feet long, and their tail, which makes up most of that length, is a serious defensive weapon. Monitor lizard. Monitor lizards are the heavyweights of the lizard world. This family, Varanidae, includes the largest lizards alive. The Komodo dragon reaches nearly 10 feet and 70 kilograms, capable of killing deer, goats, and yes, humans. The Asian water monitor is the longest, stretching over 10 feet, and is an exceptional swimmer found across South and Southeast Asia. Monitors are intelligent, active hunters. Unlike most lizards that sit and wait for prey, monitors actively chase it down. They have forked tongues, just like snakes, which they use to smell the air and track prey. The Komodo dragon was long thought to kill through bacteria, but recent research confirmed it is actually venomous. All monitors share a similar body plan: long neck, powerful claws, muscular tail. They look almost prehistoric, and in many ways, they are. Anole. Anoles are the everywhere lizard of the Americas. There are over 400 species, making them one of the largest lizard genera on Earth. The green anole, often called the American chameleon, can shift from bright green to brown depending on temperature and mood, but it's not a true chameleon. Males are famous for their dewlap, a bright red or orange throat fan they extend to attract females and warn off rivals. Anoles are fast, agile, and incredibly territorial. In places like Florida and the Caribbean, multiple anole species compete for the same trees, with different species occupying different heights, almost like floors in a building. The brown anole, introduced from Cuba, has actually pushed the native green anole higher into the canopy. It's a live, ongoing example of competitive exclusion happening in people's backyards right now. Bearded dragon. The bearded dragon is Australia's most famous lizard export, and one of the best-kept reptile pets in the world. Named for the spiny beard under their chin, which they puff out and darken when threatened or excited, beardies are known for something unusual among reptiles: genuine personality. They recognize their owners, can be trained to follow simple commands, and will sit calmly on your shoulder for hours. In the wild, they live in the arid scrublands and deserts of Australia, basking on rocks and branches in the intense heat. They're omnivores, eating insects, leafy greens, and even small rodents. One fascinating behavior: arm waving. Young or submissive dragons slowly wave one forearm, which researchers believe is a social signal of acknowledgement. Bearded dragons have conquered both the wild and our living rooms. Gila monster. The Gila monster is one of only a handful of venomous lizards in the world, and the largest lizard native to the United States. Found in the Sonoran and Mojave deserts of the American Southwest, this heavy, slow-moving creature has beaded scales in patterns of black, orange, and pink. It looks almost hand-painted. Unlike venomous snakes, the Gila monster doesn't inject venom through hollow fangs. Instead, its venom seeps from grooved teeth as it chews, making it notoriously hard to remove once it bites down. Its venom is powerful, but no confirmed human fatalities have ever been definitively recorded. Gila monsters are remarkable survivors. They can live for months on stored fat in their thick tails, eating only 3 to 4 times per year. Interestingly, a compound found in their saliva inspired the development of a major diabetes medication, exenatide. Horned lizard. Horned lizards look like something out of a fantasy novel, flat, spiky, and armored like a tiny dragon. Found across the deserts and grasslands of North and Central America, these are the horny toads of folklore. Their wide, flat bodies help them absorb maximum heat from the sun. Their camouflage is outstanding. Lying flat on desert soil, they're nearly invisible. But their most extraordinary defense? They can squirt blood from their eyes. Not a metaphor. By restricting blood flow from the head and then suddenly releasing it, they can shoot a stream of blood up to 5 feet at predators. And the blood actually contains chemicals that taste foul to canids like coyotes and wolves. Their main food source is ants, particularly harvester ants, meaning they need huge territories to survive, which makes habitat loss a serious threat to several species. Frilled lizard. The frilled lizard is pure spectacle. Native to northern Australia and southern New Guinea, this lizard walks on 2 legs when running, and when threatened, it does something unforgettable. It spreads a massive frill of skin around its neck, up to a foot across, opens its bright yellow mouth, and hisses. The effect is startling enough to stop most predators in their tracks. The frill is supported by long cartilage rods attached to the jaw, and it also helps regulate body temperature. When not showing off, the frill lies folded flat against the lizard's body. Frilled lizards are arboreal, spending most of their time in trees, and are insectivorous, eating cicadas, spiders, and small mammals. Their bipedal sprint is one of the most iconic images in the reptile world. They are sometimes called the bicycle lizard, and watching one run is genuinely hilarious. Komodo dragon. We end with the king. The Komodo dragon is the largest living lizard on Earth, up to 10 feet long and over 150 pounds. Found only on a handful of Indonesian islands: Komodo, Rinca, Flores, and a few others. It's a top predator. It hunts deer, wild pigs, goats, and has killed humans. For years, scientists believed Komodos killed through septic bacteria in their mouths. That theory has been largely replaced. Komodos are venomous, secreting anticoagulant compounds that cause prey to bleed out and go into shock. They also have a powerful sense of smell. Their forked tongue can detect carrion from miles away. Perhaps most surprising, female Komodo dragons can reproduce asexually through parthenogenesis, producing offspring without a male. They are living relics of a world when giant reptiles ruled. And on their islands, they still do.